Well, it definitely got colder this morning. Not quite Tampa. However, I'm heading out on the road. I'm 2.5 miles from Aiken, South Carolina. It's straight up 8 a.m. Gonna grab something at a drive-through and head out and crank the heater because I'm in a t-shirt. I brought warm weather, actually cold weather stuff with me, so I'm covered, but I never cared for this stuff. Okay, here's a quick rundown. We were on 85 coming from Livonia, Georgia toward, of course, Aiken, South Carolina. I'm going to get off at 24 and take
in half
20.
a mile, take exit 11 towards South Carolina 24, South Carolina 243.
I could have just turned her on to say that. Got lucky on the gas price, $2.84. Now I'm gonna head right off to the left up there and head out on this back road and see if I can find anything cool. Sun just not even really been up very long at all yet. Let's do this. And immediately I come upon the racing station. I think that's a good sign. Two things. First thing, aw, look how cute those are. They're over here looking at me. 3 of them just on the side of the road, blending right in with their surroundings. I have to remind myself, see, down in Florida you don't see deer very often, but here you see them everywhere all the time, so got to keep an eye open. There they go back off into the woods. Yeah, so far, South Carolina is beautiful. Now guys, before you think, why did he take video of that? First of all, the one on the left is a pretty sweet donk, got some 22s on it, and a Cutlass on the right that's probably a 76, 77, but in the middle, while you may be just kind of thinking this is no big deal, that's an Oldsmobile Omega 4-door. Obviously known as the brother to the Nova. One thing you may not have known is when they were making this body style, they took the name Nova, the Chevy, and named all of the other brands' cars of the same platform from the word Nova, as in Chevrolet Nova, Oldsmobile Omega, Pontiac Ventura, Buick Apollo. They all together spelled Nova. So, there's your lesson for today. Thank you so much for dropping by. And yes, this is actually a car lot. There's nothing that's on the building here, but let's look down just about 3 buildings. There's Strickland Marine Center. Now this is on 24 North, just about 5 miles off of I-85. Not even a mile past here, Mobile One Lube Express Auto Repair, Beam and Sons, like a sunbeam. Beam and Sons Service and Auto is what that says, but I just want a quick show of hands. How many of you guys would drive this truck every day of your life? Because I absolutely would. Get that fender up off that tire and I would drive the crap out of this. I made a bit of a route change. I got back on 85 just for a couple of minutes and then got off at 8. Which is the Easley Pelzer exit. And now I'm gonna go east toward Pelzer and see what's up this way. I am so glad I came this way. Victory Lane Motorsports, speed and performance. It doesn't have an area code, so I'm not really sure which one it is, but there's lots of stuff over here. The guy is into a lot of the same stuff I am. Just little engines and cool race vehicles and stuff, but this is what grabbed me from the road. Old funny car body. Now what does that say? American, that's what the lettering says on the door. Corvette body style of like 78, 79. Still got a 9-inch narrowed under it. Painted on taillights. It got my attention. It absolutely got my attention. Obviously no drivetrain. Got the mid plate. Your butt is sitting, your butt is sitting on that U-joint in the rear end. That's how they did it old school. Some Clecos holding in where a windshield would be. I guess just holding the dash in with the body, but Victory Lane Motorsports, 57 Main Street, West Pelzer, South Carolina. It doesn't stop there. Like I on the mailbox here. The mini bike. How can you not like these guys? About 5 more miles up the road on 8 East. Right behind a shop that does not have any marks on it whatsoever, so I don't really know. I can kind of show you the surrounding area, but a long bed Chevrolet 67 to 69 maybe, and we've got a Nova there, like a big bumper Nova, and then right over here another one. The South is unlike any other place. I'm just driving by and see that 57 two-door hardtop just sitting in the driveway, not in a garage. That's a nice car too. Bar 418, that's the road we're on. Little sports bar. No drugs or concealed weapons. Now public, yeehaw. Oh, check out the old Dodge. That's pretty cool. And right here, what was probably a really cool cruiser. Krager SS is on it, probably 14s. Get out of the wind here. Probably a real nice cruiser until they smacked the front end up on it. 88 to 92 dually over there with an extended cab. Right across from the, what, Spinks? Is that what they call that? Yeah, at the 418 bar. I'm on 418 and I'm headed east. I'll show you the mailbox here in a moment, but off to the side there I just noticed 71 or 72 Chevelle. Also a pickup truck that I'm gonna guess is 73 to 77, let's say. And there's something else back behind there too, but don't really want to go up in their yard too much more. Let's see what we got back here. Once again, I'm on 418. I don't know if they call this something else, but there you have the box. And people actually live here in this house, so I guess if you see these vehicles here, maybe they're here. Kind of like the hotel I stayed in last night. This place has a lot of bugs. Get up here a little closer. Let me zoom in a bit as I pass here. Since I'm driving, I don't want to get too shaky. Bug on the end, a van, then a Carmen Ghia, then another bug, couple more bugs. Now, true, there's no sort of, that's 5225 on 418, and it's right up the road from this place. The reason I wanted to make this one little cut on the video is because when I don't have a way to identify where all the cars are, I try to get something really close. This Page's Auto Sales is on the other side of the street, probably 1,000 feet up, and they have one bug, and that's all. So I'm thinking, and I wouldn't be surprised if this place had something to do with all those cars right down the road there. So once again, Page's Auto Sales, 864-704-5655, and a lot of bugs, man. Some vans too. And some buildings that may have the cool ones inside. The Durbin Creek Station, which is 5505 Highway 418. There's the building right there. Has a couple of RVs across from it. The reason I stopped is because there's a trailer back here at the end of this. See the Chevy truck that's probably 82, 84. And right there, I want to zoom in on this, is a 69 Impala that looks like it had a candy apple red paint job, which I think some people get a little confused. Candy apple red is not bright red. Candy apple red is a candy that's almost a maroon, but it's over a base with a coat that has a tint to it and gives it that depth like a candy apple would have. And a lot of people are thinking like fire engine red or torch red or guards red. But anyway, it's got that beautiful formal roof. They had that roof and they had the fastback in 69. Always liked that body style. It's such a pretty car, and they drive great too. This is what you get when you get off the main road. Ah, see the bridge way over there, old rusty bridge? That is so pretty there. Just some very light rapids. Just beautiful here. Okay, little update here. I'm getting off of eastbound 26 and I'm getting onto a road that it said is taking me toward Clinton, South Carolina, and it's called West 56. So looks like a nice little side road here. The gas 280, not bad. I've seen a 279 so far, but 3 miles until Clinton. So let's see what we find between here and there. South Carolina has some absolutely stunning architecture on the side of the road. And I'm not talking beautiful new houses and things like that. I'm talking properties that are just, they're still standing. And you could tell through the trees here. You used to be able to drive up, had kind of a, you know, come in from you can come in from either side kind of thing. But look at this. Wow, that's cool. I expect Jed Clampett to walk out here any minute. What you doing over yonder? Y'all best get on back to the house. So cool. Fireplace up there on the top. Well, chimney obviously, and then one over on this side. Used to do that to make it so you can obviously keep the whole house warm. Once they started getting a little larger. Wow, that is so cool. Admittedly, this does look like a property where you'd find a torso just inside that door. But man, how cool is that? Just beautiful. You know, I was wondering a little earlier today if this is the sort of car that one day is going to have any value. Think like Crown Victoria, 80s. My parents had a couple of those, but back in here, something I've not seen too much of on this trip. A couple of Jeeps. There's a pickup truck out behind there, but besides that, it's just pretty much trees and yet another abandoned house. Cordoba. Whoa, whoa, man, that thing's rough. Somebody probably, oh no, it's still got the rich Corinthian leather seats in it. See that in there? Ricardo Montalban would be so very proud. More of that architecture I was talking about. Just look at that building. Cosmic brownies. Grab that. I'll be the first to admit I'm not some farm boy. I grew up in Kentucky, but generally in like suburbs and stuff. But I do like an old tractor. No idea what that one is. Still has the crank on the front. That's pretty cool. And this one, I was always intrigued by the way they decided to do the steering on these. If you'll notice, comes down in the middle of the two front tires, comes up, big huge rod and a steering box of sorts right there. And then this rod comes all the way back with a shock absorber on the back of the seat. And so you're back here. And also, if you'll notice, they made this so it can go over larger plants and things. See how there's a step down for the axle, big gear assembly in there? Some early technology when it came to tractors and stuff was quite similar to cars. A lot of the, especially with Ford doing both. So a lot of the early Fords and a lot of the early tractors had a lot of similarities in the way they were built. That's cool. There's another one over this way. I've never seen a tractor like this one ever. Made by Case. Huh. Has little cultivators on the front, or is that something else? But look at the grill. Once again, look at the way the steering comes all the way up. Big rod coming through there, big shaft. Comes all the way over here, all the way back here. Then goes down there. And then by the time it's all said and done, it's back here. Steering wheel with the kind of quick turn assembly there. Old tractors really are fascinating. A couple more older ones back there, but you see all the trees over here. I'm not exactly sure what those are. One of you guys tell me? Tell you one thing, that sign's false advertising. I already looked over there. There ain't nothing over there. False advertising. Tourist trap! Tourist trap! Well, I found this Dodge truck. And that Dodge truck. And the ones that are off behind them there. And that Dodge truck. And that Dodge truck. I saw somebody just driving around inside there, so I'm gonna go up the road. See, there's a little, see that roof line right there? This has got to be the corner of a junkyard, but I'm gonna have to go out on the road, come back around or something, because this does not look like the entrance. I'm gonna find my way in there though. I don't know if you guys can make that out, but it says Thomas Used Cars and Auto Parts. This is about 10 minutes outside of Aiken, and you can see over here it's just kind of a normal junkyard here, but it's also open till 2 and it's 1 o'clock, so I'm going in. This obviously is a lot of just normal stuff, but I'm going to go up to the office and see if there's any old stuff. Looks like maybe it'll be in that little building right there. Let's see what we got going here. I know there's just cool stuff in that corner over there. In a moment of like utterly cool, I just went inside Thomas's junkyard here, and he says, yeah, we have all kinds of old stuff. And I said, can I walk around or drive the truck around? He said, absolutely. They close at 2, so I have 55 minutes to show you everything in here. And I already see like a late 70s truck. I see a 85-ish Z28. So let's just get going. Makes life a lot easier when you just show up at one place and video like 150,000 vehicles, right? Scottsdale with a long bed step side. That's kind of wild. I'm going to be having to go kind of slow out through here because there's a lot of stuff. Little Z28 with T-tops. Wouldn't you think 85, 86? And now, look over here. All right, that's a custom Chevelle wagon over there, and that means I gotta get out. Little Cougar. Four-door 66 Boo. Now see this? I'm kind of wondering what's up with this. Filled in like a sedan delivery. Shifter on the floor. Did that just happen? $60. Crew cab. Old Bonneville. Probably early 70s. Chevy trucks. Firebird with T-tops, 4-door Boo. Ranchero over there. See, this is, and also see on the back of the wagon, put the caddy taillights in there. But this is why you always stop. This is why every time you think, oh, I'll go back later. No, you go in now. This is exactly why you go now. Oh, dude. Got the Buick. Here's the Ranchero. Got another Wildcat over here. '78 to '81 Z28, as evidenced by the little fender vents. Got a Barracuda over there. What? Edsel? Cheyenne? What? Another 4-door Granada. Now this one looks interesting. I wonder if that really is a Shelby. Well, it has that and that. You know, look at the hood. That's interesting. This was from that era when Chrysler decided to make everything front wheel drive. And on that one, they also put a turbo. There was the Omni GLHS, the Daytona Turbo Z, a little bug on the end. There's the Barracuda. I've heard those back windows in these are huge money. Another Granada. And another Ranchero. Or is that the same one? No, the other one's 2 rows down. This one's a little newer, I think. Check out the Blazer over there. Had a couple of those before. A couple of Fox body convertibles sitting right next to one another. Got a row of F-150s there, like 80s body style. It's a 250. Roll bar for a sorry, I was spinning a little bit. Anyway, some more 150s. I'm not showing the right side because it's just, you what? Look at all the Chevys over there. Are you damn right we're going over there. Let's check this out. Got a whole row of them here. Well, there's a row of them here, and then there are like 4 more rows behind these. Dude, if you are looking for a part for, I guess this is going to be 73 to 87. Wow. I used to have one incredibly similar to this. It was a 3/4 ton with a small block and a 4-speed. And we gotta go over there. See? Even a wrecker in that body style, like 83 to 87-ish. Hard to find Suburbans in this body style. There's some sport bike frames over there I'm going to look at here in a minute. Wow. 3/4 ton 4x4 over there. Right here, I wonder if they still have 6.0s in them. Everywhere else, those engines are gone. 2500 HD Duramax diesel. See what's in here. Motor's still in it. These have a tendency around Tampa to be gutted of their drivetrains before they get put in the yard. Another Duramax diesel. Wow. Well, can't check. It looks like it's thoroughly complete. Looks like the drivetrain's in it. Let's get up under here and see. Yep, it's in there. I'll be damned. They just put a front end under it too. Check it out. Oh, that stuff was new. What do you think the tranny went? Motor went? All in all, quite a nice spread here, and it's a lot of older stuff too. Yeah, I would imagine there's a whole lot of LS stuff still in this yard. Let's just look at this little Avalanche. See if anybody yanked. All these are going to be 5.3s or 4.8s, but all right, that one's gone. We still got one over here. Huh. Let's go find that old stuff. F350 Custom. Got a box on the back, motor's gone. But down the row, back when they called them Rangers, the orange one there. That row goes on, man. It's all Fords. Somebody appeared to be having fun right until they like drove that into the side of a barn or something. It happens, man. On the other side of those Ford F-150s and 250s and 350s, got another row over here. Wow, all the way down. Get a little newer down there, getting into the 80s as we go, but there's the house I saw just a couple of minutes ago on the other side of those trees. So I'm gonna go down there and look at the Dodges. I'm also passing a lot of Rangers out here, little newer ones, little older ones. But there's a whole row. It continues way on down there, extended cab, standard cab. And then there's a row behind that that has even more. And you can see some of them are the very early ones. Some Bronco 2s. There's gotta be 50 of them. Dude. That whole side tire mount assembly there, it's all there. Factory clutch, 6-popper. That's right out of my childhood right there, man. Little painted white bumper. Is that a GMC, one of the 305 GMCs? I'm not meaning like the Chevy 305, but I'm gonna have to get back to the hotel and check into that. Oh. Oh. You can tell it's a GM because that right there. Yet another clutch truck. Long bed with a step side. And another one. Chevy over here. I think it's... Here we go. Somebody put some time into those flames. Wow. Gotta admit, pretty cool spot. Ram Charger. Try to find one of those tailgates. Four by four. Engine gone. But there's the Dodge Ram. Somebody needed a roof, I guess. Some Mopars over here. Wonder how many they made with 318s in them. All the air conditioning parts. Late 60s Chevy pick 'em up over there, fleet side, long bed. Another one right in front of it. Don't even look over there. Don't look. Don't you dare look. Okay, that's why your mail hasn't gotten here. All right. Automatic truck there. Remember those chrome pieces? Like 73 to, what, 79 maybe? 78? Another complete setup to mount your tire on the side. Cool pieces in here. Bill Elliott sticker there. Wow. Always stop every time. Don't just drive by. That may be it. I'll drive down the way that I did not come in and we'll see if there's anything left. All US 10 guys. Square body in a Blazer. Two-door Blazer. Lots of 2- and 4-door Blazers. And then all the way up through there. Both sides of the row right here. I'd say there's a dozen of them. Maybe 14. So if you're looking for that kind of stuff. I'm gonna get another shot of the sign before I leave here. I realized earlier I didn't get a good shot of the phone number. Yeah, I got several down through there. Quick question, are these cars ever gonna be worth anything? Think like late 80s into the 90s. All these 4-door, you know, Regals and 88s and stuff, all the ones that had the 3800s in them, are these ever gonna be worth anything? Maybe just scrap. You don't see cars like this in here very often. That, of course, being the 300. They, once they got past the 240, 260, 280, a lot of people, I don't know, it became kind of a different car. A 240 SX Nissan right here in red. With seats that actually look like they could be used. Automatic. Holy crap, an NA Miata that looks like it's all still there. The top could potentially be usable. What's that going to be, early 90s? Huh. Used to make fun of Miatas until I had one. Thought it was the coolest little car ever. I know you probably still make fun of them, but they are a freaking blast to drive. When these first came out, they had the twin turbo version. Went to a local car lot. I knew the sales guy. We took it out for a test drive. It was, the clutch was clinking. The brakes were clinking. Not because it was a bad car, but because we may have abused the car. Yeah, the twin turbo version of that was a cool ride. Well, here's that sign I promised you. We got 803-275-4843. It's called Thomas Used Cars and Auto Parts. 803-275-4843. Let's get back out here. Signs right by all these F bodies. 93 to 97 again. Drum brakes on the back, that's sad. Little C4. Earlier C4, we can tell, oh, it's an 84. If you were to look under this area right here, it would say Crossfire Injection. Or you can also read where it says it on the windshield, if you want to cheat. Don't see that color on them much. I don't know if that's a factory color. I don't think it is. Well, it's not, because that paint along there where it said Crossfire Injection, that was normally black. 98 to 02 Camaro. Quite a bit better car than the 93 to 97, honestly. 4-wheel disc. They got rid of the LT one and got an LS one in the V8 cars. Whole bunch of PT Cruisers. There's no way in hell I'm going over there. I don't want to condone a PT Cruiser or have anybody. No, let's get back in the truck quickly. I am so glad I showed up out here today, guys. You may have seen in the first video I did at the abandoned junkyard, there were some fire trucks, and this one's a cool one. Not terribly old, but I'd say 50s. Anyway, Center District 1 Fire Department. I'm going to assume it's down here somewhere in the South Carolina area. But it says Diamond Rio there on the side of the hood. Diamond Rio has kind of a cool story. Diamond Rio came about, the Rio part of that is, first of all, Random Olds. The guy who started Oldsmobile, that's what the REO stands for. And second of all, if you've ever heard of REO Speedwagon, the band, they were named after a fire truck made by Rio. So, you can tell all your friends that. Graves Auto Salvage, just outside of Aiken, South Carolina. 3 vehicles out in the front here. Let's walk down to them. First of all, a really cool Blazer. That body style is going to be like what, 83, 85-ish. Maybe they started those lights in 81. The more I think about it, I'm not really honestly sure. Has title, engine and trans complete, $3,500. Now I got a soft spot for these, man. 49 to 54 Chevys. One of my favorite cars of all time. This one doesn't have anything written on the windshield. Get up here so I get a better shot. Also a little, what does this say here? 64 Ranchero, title, complete car except side window and windshield, $2,000. Nice to see prices on these, huh? 6 popper in it. Okay. Kind of get an idea how big the bed is here, because I want to put at least one of these in there. Maybe both. I could stack them, flip one upside down, make it so the cab is back here, the bed up. I don't know. Man, dude, I have wanted one of these things for years. I have a little 3-wheeler called a Wildfire WF650C, but it's Chinese and incredibly low quality, but these things are so cool. I would love to have one. Okay, I drove a little extra. Found myself in Augusta. That's Thomas Auto Repair, 706-496-8120. Now let's get over to the front of this property and I'll show you why I stopped. Nothing too terribly crazy, but there is some stuff that you may be interested in seeing. There's some like, think like big box Chevys, like right there. What's that, a 72, 73? And a C4 Corvette right past that. A 79 to 81 Firebird. Pickup truck, 70-ish. And then down here, another 2-door Impala right on the end there. Like I said, we're just going into Augusta. Harvest Table Buffet for the win. Sweet. Some punks like to hit it and quit it, but I like to stay and play. Second plate, y'all. I'm getting close, people. I'm closing in on elastic waistband territory. That buffet was good. Cream corn. Southern thing. Good thing. 2 helpings. But my journey continues. Like a rock. They're still out driving these things, people. Good looking truck, too. Yet another day has passed. They're expecting some funky weather in this region over the next day or so. So I guess maybe we'll either wake up tomorrow and go looking for some more stuff, or we'll wake up to a whole bunch of ice and snow and craziness. But one thing is for sure, I have several days left and I'm gonna find any sort of vehicle that can be found. I hope you're enjoying this series because I'm having a blast doing it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.